for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very patriotic today.
I had to get out of the way, because if I just stand near him, I'm blocking the flag.
The town of Burlington will be holding the March 5th, 2026 meeting as a hybrid meeting. The governor issued an executive order on March 12th, 2020, authorizing remote meetings under General Law Code 30A, Section 20, and extended Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025, including permitting remote meetings and participation until June 30th, 2027.
As always, members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting, but know that while an option for remote attendance is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast. Public with a particular interest should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. If you are looking to participate remotely, you can go to the URL townofburlington.webex.com. Our meeting number is 2331-006-0091. You can also join on your phone at 617-315-0704. If you are looking to participate remotely, please raise your hand and a staff member will send you a request to unmute yourself at the appropriate time. We're being broadcast by BCAT, which you can find on Comcast 6, Astound 15, Verizon 40, and Verizon 41. It will be, it's broadcast on Facebook Live and will be uploaded to the BCAT government YouTube page in the next few days.
Thank you. We have one item being withdrawn off the agenda for this evening. May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to take item 7D out of order for discussion purposes.
Second.
Rappaport?
Yes.
LaRue?
Yes.
Sutherland?
Why is there any date on why this is being?
Well, we have to, after she says it
Okay.
out loud of what it is, then
Okay.
I will give you an
Okay.
update.
Yes.
Okay, Sutherland, okay, Ryan,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
Impemba,
Yes.
Natola.
Yes.
Item D is a continued public hearing application for approval of a site plan, 0 Cambridge Street, Foxborough Learning LLC is the applicant.
So quick update on this is we got an email and a call from the applicant. They decided to withdraw after discussions with the, with Concom. There were a lot of waivers that were being requested. And so I think that, you know, they wanted to be good neighbors, and so I think that they chose to withdraw.
Are they kind of like taking a pause and what do you think this is now?
Well, I can tell you that when, in speaking with them, I did say, you know, we do want to keep you in town. There are other locations available. You know, I know this was a spot where you were able to buy. Do you need to, for your business model, do you need to buy this location, have a spot to buy, or do you rent? And so that, you know, I did make sure to make that known to the applicant.
Great.
As well.
Great. May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that the planning board hereby accept the applicant's request to withdraw without prejudice on the application for approval of a site plan for property at 0 Cambridge Street as requested in an email from the applicant's attorney dated March 2nd, 2026.
Second?
Rappaport?
Yes.
LaRue?
Yes.
Sutherland?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Impemba?
Yes.
Natola.
Yes.
We also have the following items being continued off the agenda for this evening. May I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to take items 7A and 7B together and out of order for discussion purposes.
Second?
Rappaport?
Yes.
LaRue?
Yes.
Sutherland?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Impemba?
Yes.
Natola.
Yes.
Item A is a public, 7A is a public hearing petition to amend the zoning bylaws, Article 8, Section 8.6.0, MBTA Communities Multifamily Overlay District, submitted by the Gutierrez Company. Item 7B is a public hearing, rezoning of property located at 0 Summit Drive, map 5620-3, to the MBTA Multifamily Communities Overlay District, MCMOD District, submitted by the Gutierrez Company.
So this applicant has asked that we open the public hearing and continue it. We have a requirement in our bylaw that their public hearing needs to be open within 45 days of them submitting a warrant article. So we are doing that, but they've since asked for a continuance because they do not have any real updated information since the last time we saw them. So they will be coming to us with a little more detail on the 19th.
I appreciate that.
And that's why the two motions are separated, in case you guys were wondering.
Understood, thank you.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to open these public hearings pursuant to Section 9.4.3, public hearing of the zoning bylaw.
Second?
Rappaport?
Yes.
LaRue?
Yes.
Sutherland?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Impemba?
Yes.
Natola?
Yes.
Madam Chair, I'd further like to make a motion to continue this matter without testimony to the Planning Board meeting of March 19th, 2026, as requested by the applicant in a letter dated March 5th, 2026.
Second?
Rappaport?
Yes.
LaRue?
Yes.
Sutherland?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Impemba?
Yes.
Natola?
Yes.
Great, thank you. Moving on to public participation. Is there anyone in the audience or online who's here to speak on an item that is not currently on our agenda? Seeing no one. Announcements, please.
Yeah, the Public Arts Committee will be on Wednesday, March 11th at 8 a.m., and that will be via Zoom. The Zoning Bylaw Review Committee will meet Wednesday, March 11th at 6:30 p.m., and that will be via Zoom. At the same time that night, on March 11th, there will be an Affordable Housing 101 webinar, and this is a training session intended as a primer for anyone who wants to learn more about how affordable housing is produced, funded, and preserved in Massachusetts. Topics that they will cover include meaning of affordable housing, inclusionary zoning, low-income housing tax credit, and more. And if you're looking to register, please contact us planning staff for the link. And the Planning Department Ways and Means Subcommittee meeting will be next Thursday, March 12th at 8:30 a.m., and that will be at the Town Hall Annex Basement Conference Room.
Great, thank you. Is the affordable housing webinar, will that be recorded?
It's through CHAPA, Citizens Housing and Planning. I will have to double check.
If you could, because I know
Yeah.
that the elementary
They
schools
often-
have a concert on Wednesday evening. So a lot of the parents will be in attendance there,
Got it.
including
Well, they're
myself.
not it's
Noted.
recorded a lot of times with these. They're often recorded, but they also have a slide deck that they'll send out. to
Yeah,
people
we'll
who
send you
register,
guys
so
that.
we'll make
Okay.
sure.
I definitely
it's not
want the deck, but
recorded.
if we can get a recording, that would be great.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. We do not have any legal notices of interest. Moving on to non-approvals. Item 5A is the application for endorsement of a plan believed not to require approval, 20 Hilltop Drive. Jason Chen is the applicant. Would you please come to the microphone, sir?
Jason.
Would you kindly state your name for the record?
My name is Giovanni Federa with Federa Engineering out of Danvers, Mass.
Jason Chan, 20 Hilltop Drive. I'm the applicant.
Thank you.
I am the project engineer representing the owner at 20 Hilltop Drive. Our firm was originally hired to conduct a survey of the property and prepare a site plan for a proposed new single-family home. During the course of performing the survey work, we discovered significant discrepancies between the recorded subdivision plan and existing occupation on the ground. The lots on Hilltop Drive originate from a 1955 subdivision plan, which clearly shows the lots intended to be rectangular in shape, generally 100 feet in frontage and 200 feet in depth. However, when we performed the field survey, we observed that the existing driveways, houses, and occupation lines are skewed relative to the recorded lot layout, resulting in multiple encroachments between neighboring properties. Based on our review of historical information and field evidence, it appears that when the homes were constructed in the late 50s, construction may have been referencing existing utility poles as lot lines rather than the actual property corners themselves. Those poles appear to be approximately 29 feet offset from the intended property corners, which likely caused the driveways and structures to be constructed along incorrect alignments. This discrepancy is not new. In fact, I was able to obtain a mortgage inspection plan from the late 1970s for 20 Hilltop Drive that shows the record property lines as rectangular while the lines of occupation to be angled, indicating that this condition has existed for decades. Because these long-standing discrepancies, the proposed new house at 20 Hilltop could not reasonably proceed without addressing the property lines and existing encroachments. Working collaboratively with the affected neighbors, we developed an A&R plan before you tonight. The purpose of this plan is not to create any new building lots, but rather to adjust the existing property lines so that they better reflect longstanding occupation on the ground. We coordinated directly with the neighboring property owners, reviewed several iterations, and ultimately arrived at a layout that all parties have agreed to. The proposed A&R plan will convey areas of land where encroachments currently exist, place existing driveways fully within their respective lots, remove structural encroachments between properties, and bring the houses reasonably back into their parcels. In short, the plan cleans up longstanding boundary discrepancies and aligns ownership with the way that properties have actually been occupied for many decades. With that said, I would be happy to answer any questions. I have most of the property owners are here today. If the board would like to hear from them, we'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just from a staff's perspective, we have known about this neighborhood and this misalignment for years, so this is not new. This is the first time that I've seen where we're having this many lots shift their lot lines. So when this first came to us, staff, we wanted to make sure that all property owners were in agreement and that everybody kind of consented and was on the same page. And so I'm really glad to say that they are. Caleb's done a lot of work with them. And so this is, staff is recommending that you approve this A&R and sign off on it because it has, each new lot has 20,000 square feet and each new lot has 100 feet of frontage, which meets the zoning requirements for the RO zone. And because all of the lots have that, it does not require subdivision approval. So it is an approval not required plan. So that is staff's recommendation, but.
Great. Thank you. And we said everybody's in alignment, everybody in the neighborhood has been notified, everybody's on the same page. I think that's wonderful.
Yep, we had a-
That's some great neighbors.
We did have a meeting earlier this week to confirm, because there was a couple different versions of the plan, so we want to make sure that the final plan for submission had been reviewed by all of these neighbors. So we had representatives present from all of these lots, and you can see on the screen that the red, just to kind of clarify, the red here is what's existing, and green is proposed, so you can see kind of where the shift is to ensure that property lines don't go over existing dwellings.
Great, thank you. I don't have any issues with this. Does anyone else on the board have any questions, comments, concerns?
I just have a question, actually. So were the lots prior to this, were they short? They weren't 100 feet frontage?
They were short by 100 feet, just shy, just because the field measurements were not what was on the record plan.
So the plan showed 100-foot frontage, but they weren't really 100-foot frontage?
That's correct, because the field measurements were shorter than that. So by proportional measurement, you needed to kind of adjust them accordingly.
Right. Okay. So they got it from, they must have gotten it from one lot and just kind of moved that?
That's correct. Yeah, so there was an A&R plan from 2017 between 24 Hilltop and 22 Hilltop, where 24 Hilltop had conveyed a parcel of land to 22. That parcel of land was about 2,900 square feet and 29 feet in frontage, so it all transferred down to the, down gradient lots.
Great. We have a motion.
Madam Chair, I would like to make a motion to approve and sign the approval not required plan entitled Plan of Land 16, 18, 20, and 22 Hilltop Drive, Burlington, Massachusetts, 01803, prepared by Federa Engineering, dated March 3rd, 2026, reflecting the modification of lot lines between parcels 34-109, 34-108, 34-107, and 34-106.
Second?
Rappaport?
Yes.
LaRue?
Yes.
Sutherland?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Impemba?
Yes.
Natola?
Oh, looks like she got muted. Tony, I sent you another request to unmute.
I'm assuming she's.
Yes.
Great. Thank you, folks, for coming in. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you.
Right? Moving on to matters of appointment, so we do not have any administrative matters. Item C, 7C is continued public hearing, amendment to Article 2, definitions, Section 2.1A, Article 4, use regulations, Section 4.2.3, agricultural uses, and 4.2.6, retail, consumer, and trade uses of the zoning bylaws to clarify commercial uses related to animals, submitted by the planning board.
All right. Okay. So,
Folks, if you could just continue the conversation outside, that would be great.
yeah, thanks, guys. So let me get situated.
Let me try and make this bigger for you.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so this is with regards to what we are bringing to town meeting in conjunction with the animal control officer and town clerk. The bylaw amendments need to be changed. Both sets of bylaws need to be changed to comply with Ollie's Law. And so I have a presentation on it. So Ollie's Law was inspired by a black lab who suffered injuries when he was at an unregulated boarding facility in Massachusetts. And so last year, the state voted to approve new regulations for health and safety for dog daycare and boarding facilities, require staffing ratios, and provide better state oversight with animal control officers and the Department of Agricultural Resources. So starting with the general bylaw, because they have a lot more that they are changing, but we are focused on kennels and animal uses. And this isn't showing up to be anything. Huh. I'm gonna find a different version of this for you guys to see it. Okay. All right, let me stop sharing this and we will go over here. I apologize that didn't download properly. Okay. I don't know why this is like this, Caleb.
Do you open it?
No, it just downloaded incorrectly from YouTube, or it just downloaded incorrectly. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this.
I saw that.
So Ollie's Law General Amendment, so this is basically what they're doing for the general bylaw. The new bylaw allows kennel license need to be issued with a written recommendation from the animal control officer after a site inspection. So the animal control officer needs to go and inspect all animal-related uses. They can order dangerous hearings, and then they reduce the amount of time you need to license your dog. So they added a new kennel fee, which will come into be a little bit more relevant once we get deeper into the presentation. But for a personal kennel, it's $100, and for a commercial kennel of up to 6 dogs, it's also $100. The professional threshold. So this is really what the biggest change is with Ollie's Law. Basically, anybody, whether you are at your home or you are renting a space at shops at Simon's Park for doggy daycare, you need to be registered as a commercial kennel. So even the people that are bringing, home-based sitters, Rover, Wag, if you're babysitting your neighbor's dog for any type of exchange for any funds, that means that you need to get a kennel license, which is why I pointed out that $100 is the fee. So even if you're babysitting dogs at your own home, you are a commercial kennel. Personal kennels are more for if you're doing, breeding puppies at your house or something like that. So it basically means that you will need to allow the animal control officer to come into your house to inspect, to make sure that you have a safe environment for the animals. So that leads us, those changes lead to our bylaw updates. So we are doing updating definitions, which you will see in the bylaw itself, which is on our website, and these are all directly coming from the Ollie's Law. So So it's a one-for-one. And then we did make some changes to our use regulation schedule. So under agricultural uses, if you'll see, it's kind of, you'll see that 4233, commercial raising, boarding, breeding, or keeping of fish, birds, and animals. And then we have added excluding household pets subject to the regulations of the Board of Health. I added that because this section of the bylaw specifically has to do with farms, and the Board of Health only regulates farm animals. They don't regulate household pets, so that's why I added that for clarification. Retail uses, so these uses align directly with the definitions that are new in the bylaw based off of the Ollie's Law document. And it is requiring special permits for kennels and animal hospitals and groomers. Pet shops are a yes. And so that is actually how the zoning bylaw was originally written, that all of these uses did require a special permit. So, and then the next part gets back to, you know, if you are babysitting dogs in your home and you're technically a commercial kennel, it's an allowed right by use. It's an allowed right as an accessory residential use in the RO district. So it means that if you're doing that at your house, you don't need to come to us for a special permit. You just need to make sure you have a kennel license and that you are abiding by whatever the animal safety officer or animal control officer has for their regulations.
Can I just interject? So who's going to monitor this? Is this going to be
So
animal
Jamie
control or-
Jeffries is in charge of monitoring all of these. And then there's also new requirements that all of the data that she collects, there's certain data points that she needs to send to the state. So if some animal does get injured, if God forbid an animal passes away, you know, all of that does need to get it's all reported. So that's for, you know, you're watching at your own home, or if you're a professional, you know, commercial shelter that's at a commercial building.
May I ask a question also?
Of course.
Has there been any discussion about publicizing this for people who are currently doing dog walking through Rover or something like that, and they keep pets overnight? They probably don't know about this. How are we going to inform them
So
what's required?
that is an excellent question, and it's something I definitely think we can definitely reach out to the animal control officer about it. I don't know what the plan is for public outreach.
Okay.
You know, so, but I can kind of get back to you on that, but it's a big lift. It's a big lift.
Yes, I mean, I know it's not our responsibility,
Right.
but we
100%.
also don't want to create a bunch of tiny little home businesses that are out of compliance and they don't even know.
Right. As it stands right now, there is no bylaw that states you can, or it's kind of an unregulated thing,
Yes.
having babysitting animals in your house. So this is just kind of codifying it that it is an allowed use. If as an accessory use. So your home can't turn into the primary use of your home, single family home can never turn into
Right.
a kennel, right?
One more question.
Yes.
What about people who are pet sitters who come into your home and take care of your pet? Do they have to have any licensing?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I don't think so, because I think it's about the location.
Okay.
I can double check on that.
Okay.
You know, we don't have to close this if we don't want to tonight.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But these are great questions that I can kind of get more information on.
I'm going to throw out another humdinger at you.
Yeah.
You know, like the mobile dog grooming, do we have any type of regulations on that? Because there's nothing, you know, everything's, you know, is tied to a location.
Right.
But there are a lot of those mobile groomers, you know, was there any regulations or standards for that? Is that more of a state thing, or is that where they're registered, or how does that affect you? Is there?
I can ask Jamie. I can also ask our building inspector. It's one of those things where it's not a permanent structure.
Right.
you know what I mean? So, and I can find out, I can reach up. That's a great question.
Yeah, I think once, because if there is some type of
Right.
standardization that we need to implement, I think now would be the time to do it. So I would ask if we could respectfully
Yes.
postpone this vote.
Yep.
Please.
Yeah, and I just have two questions kind of on one topic.
Sure.
You know, charitable animal rescue are exempt from the fees. I figured it's a safe assumption, but it wasn't called out. Do they also go through inspection then?
I believe so. That's a general bylaw question. I can ask, but again, if you're an animal rescue agency, that I don't think they want to overburden you, but I can find out.
Right, but I would think we'd probably still want to inspect to make
Oh,
sure
yeah, I would
it's
agree.
safe.
I would
I
agree.
assume it's in there, but it hasn't been called out. They're not
Yeah.
exempt from the fees, so I just want to
Okay, I can definitely ask.
And then the other is, same usage, just not sure where they would fall in the use tables. Because there is some hospital aspect to them, there is some boarding aspect to them, but it's not a business. So just didn't know where they fit in the
So,
use tables.
so nonprofit. So like, you know, Angel, so you're like basically an ASPCA type of
Yeah.
organization. Ultimately, it would be, I mean, I think, you know, it would be up to the building inspector to make that ultimate decision, but it would likely fall under kennel licensed commercial boarding or training.
Yeah.
and, you know-
I was thinking of the MSPCA.
Yeah,
Do they fall a hospital or a kennel? Because they do both functions to some degree.
I mean, and the other thing is, if they're gonna have to come for one special permit and they do two things, but that you can apply for two special permits at the same time. So it expedites the whole process. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is for nonprofits, applicants who are in nonprofits can, you know, email us and request, you know, to ask you guys for if they need to, you know, reduce fees or something. We can always work with nonprofit organizations like that. Obviously, you guys need to make that choice, but that's another thing to think about.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions? Oh, I'm sorry, Liz, did you have more that you wanted to share with us? at this time?
Just kind of wrapping it up, that doing this together creates a good framework for the town. You know, it provides for us, it really provides operational clarity for the uses, preventing overcrowding, ensuring facility, you know, all that stuff. So, public accountability and inspection rigor. And then, yeah, that's kind of finishing up. Questions, comments, we kind of already did that, but yeah.
Great. Does anyone else have any questions or comments?
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
So this 4.3.1, kennel licensed personal more than 4 dogs. So if you have 5 dogs, you have to be licensed as a kennel?
I think, so hold on. So if you, I'm not gonna go
I
through.
think that's not new, right?
I don't think that's, I think
I
if you have
remember, yes, if you
Yeah, I
have
think
more
that
than
that's a-
4 dogs in your house, you have to get some special license. I didn't know what it was called, but I knew you couldn't have more than 4.
Yeah, that's why I'm going back in here. I think it has to do with, so it has to do with this, that you need to get,
personal kennel.
Personal kennel license.
that you need to get a license.
And so what if you personally, let's say you personally have 3 dogs, but then you foster? In theory, foster dogs are supposed to be, or foster cats are supposed to be temporary, in theory. Obviously, some people are failed
Correct.
foster parents and they adopt.
Correct.
But how does that work under this?
That is a question for Jamie. I know that personal kennels, it's a very long definition, and it covers things like this. So it covers people who breed, you know, specific puppies in their home. You know, you can't, if you have more than 4 dogs. I think it's if you have more than 4 dogs for over more than like 6 months in your house, either 12 weeks or 6 months. I don't remember, but it's definitely a question for the animal control officer.
Okay.
Great question, though.
And then in the actual general bylaw, 2.1.1, no animal within the town shall engage in barking
I don't know, I can't speak. I can't speak.
or in any other manner which disturbs the peace or quiet enjoyment of any neighborhood. Like, how is that?
I'm going to ask Jamie to come to our next meeting.
Yeah.
I think that that's probably a good idea, because it felt like,
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't really like.
Our
we're-
purview.
Yeah, this is not our purview.
I know,
anyway.
I
We do
know.
development in buildings, not animals, and,
I could see a bitter neighbor being like,
Oh, yeah.
their dog barks when you leave the
I mean,
house.
just go on Facebook for 5 minutes, and
Remove
there's somebody
the
that's
dog,
complaining
yeah.
about somebody's dog.
Like, that definition is so vague.
Yep. I can definitely ask about
Okay,
it.
that would be great.
I don't know if they just, if maybe they wanted something that they could use to enforce. I don't know. if
Yeah, I mean, I get like
that's in
there are
or
obviously
not.
some animals that like they could be barking for 8 hours a day and that can be kind of crazy. But yeah, I think some more specificity or how that's used.
Yes,
would
the
be
intent would be helpful.
Very helpful.
Jen.
Does anyone else have any questions? May I have a motion? Oh, I'm sorry. Tony Ann, I forgot that you were there, my friend.
Let me stop sharing everything.
Well,
Did you have anything you'd like to add?
no, I'm fine. I'm just listening to, I'm fine.
Okay. We're going to continue. Oh, I guess this is,
Yeah.
we're going to continue, right?
Yeah.
But this is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the public online that would like to ask any questions, express any comments, or express any concerns, or have any comments?
Oh, let me get back to the regular layout. I see no hands. I don't see any hands online.
Okay, Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to continue this hearing to the planning board meeting of March 19th, 2026.
Second?
Rappaport.
Yes.
LaRue.
Yes.
Sutherland.
Yes.
Ryan.
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
Impemba.
Yes.
Natola.
Yes.
Okay.
Moving on to minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the January 15th and February 5th, 2026 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have?
A motion? Can we take them together? Okay. Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes of January 15th, 2026 and February 5th, 2026. Is there a second?
Second?
So, it's been seconded. Sorry. Rappaport.
Abstain.
LaRue.
Yes.
Sutherland.
I was not absent on the February 5th one.
You were not absent?
Does it say you were absent on it? Oh, okay. I
So
will.
with that change, yes.
I can-
As amended?
As amended. 'Cause I read it, but then I just reopened it and I was like, wait, I wasn't.
Yeah, I will make sure you were here.
Okay, so as amended,
As
yes?
amended.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm even in the notes under motions. So-
The ghost of you is here.
I think it's sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, Member Ryan?
Yes.
Member Harrington?
Yes.
Member Impemba?
Abstain.
Member Natola?
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Let's move on. The planning department budget, has everyone had a chance to review that?
Yes.
It's pretty straightforward. Seems,
It's mostly
it's contractual stuff. All right, so may I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the department budget for fiscal year '27.
Second.
Wow.
Yes.
Rappaport? LaRue?
Yes.
Sutherland?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Impemba?
Yes.
Natola?
Yes.
Fantastic.
And just a reminder that it was in the announcements that the Ways and Means Subcommittee meeting on the planning department budget is next Thursday at
That's-
8:30 a.m.
Yep, and then I will be at Ways and Means the following Wednesday night.
Not next Wednesday, the following Wednesday.
The week of our next
19th,
meeting.
right?
Yep, the
That'll-
19th.
that'll be-
It's the same night as the Economic Development Summit, for those of you that have not registered. Register.
I registered.
Okay.
We should all go.
Yep.
We can.
Sure.
So the next item on the agenda is updates for our mixed district permitting and design. We have a final draft that is ready to go out for review to various stakeholders. So that means property owners, attorneys who are going to be using it, Chamber of Commerce. So a lot of people that we want feedback to make sure that what we've put together is something that they can use, that's straightforward, that makes sense, that is directly tied to the bylaw and is clear. So we are looking, at this point, that's where we are at. After we get comments back, we're going to have a meeting with them about it. Give us your feedback, what makes sense, what doesn't, how can we fix this, and then hopefully we will have this wrapped up. And hopefully then we will see development happen.
And then I think that was it, because I think we were going to table that,
Okay.
the next.
three.
Okay.
That's- And then, other than that, does anyone have any other business that they would like to discuss?
Question for Caleb, any feedback on that screening and fencing down at the Shaw's?
Yeah, they said that they would do that. I have not gotten an updated plan, but they, in the email when I asked, I kind of gave them the screenshot of saying, can you extend it to here? They said it was going back and forth again between the EV company to Shaw's and making sure that everybody was on set. They said they would do it, so I'm just waiting on an updated plan
Okay, good.
to show it. So
Thanks.
they've said yes, but we haven't gotten an updated plan.
Yep.
Great. Does anyone else have anything that they'd like to add? Tony Ann?
No, thanks.
Okay, that being said, I hope you feel better, and may I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Rappaport.
Yes.
LaRue.
Yes.
Sutherland.
Yes.
Ryan.
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
Impemba. Natola.
Yes.
Great.
Great.
All right.
Have a good evening.